Hi, everyone. Welcome to our class update again. This is Unit 5. Today is Sunday, May the 26th. I have to think about my dates. All right, bud. I want to go over a few things with you guys so that we can be prepared for the upcoming week. It looks like everyone has posted their initial response. I'm sorry, Coco is jumping on me. Posting their initial response to the discussion questions this week, talking about entrepreneurship, and I hope you enjoyed that I added a little bit of information in there. I enjoy reading and learning about, especially local people that I might know have run into. When I talked about Sidney Torres's father was district attorney when I lived in Chalmette, which is right outside Louisiana, New Orleans. It's in Louisiana, right outside New Orleans, and he was Big Sidney. Big Sidney was quite a character. Miss Lena was quite a character. So Sidney the Fourth is also quite a character, but he is a self-made, multi-millionaire. And while we might not all become one through our entrepreneurship efforts, at least we will be doing what we love. And that's the important thing. Do what you love. Don't settle for something that makes you miserable. I have a new idea. I've popped up on my Facebook. Just share a little story with you guys. Today's memory popped up on Facebook from when I went to Williamsburg 8 years ago. And we went on a ghost tour. And I posted on Facebook that I found a new career being a tour guide for the Williamsburg ghost tours. And I'm like, I could still do that, but I could do it in New Orleans. I just need to get my act together and get my tour guiding license again and go be a ghost tour guide. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And while I might be working for someone else, I will be doing what I love. And that is, to me, one of the most important things I want to get across to you guys. Learn what you can about business, but do what you love. So let's talk about what's coming up this week. It is Memorial Day tomorrow. Please remember and honor those who have lost their lives in service. And I hope you know what's the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Memorial Day, we honor those who died in active duty, in service. Veterans Day, we honor everyone who served our country or any country. Many countries have a Memorial Day and a Veterans Day, and we want to make sure we remember and honor them. So our objectives for this week, we're going to talk about ethics. And I cannot think of a more timely topic than, with everything that's going on probably through my whole lifetime, of ethical decisions and ethical dilemmas in business and in the government and in society around us. So we're going to talk about ethics and the process of making ethical decisions in an organizational setting. We're going to talk about organizational responsibility to stakeholders. Every organization has a responsibility to their stakeholders, and a lot of times those responsibilities conflict with one another. So the stockholders might want one thing, but the employees need another, and the customers want something else. So there's conflicting responsibilities and fiduciary duties to the different stakeholders. We're also going to talk about social responsibility. If I were teaching this class 15 years ago, this would not be an objective because there was no such thing as social media. With social media, it has turned the world upside down, especially as far as information that's disseminated and how it's disseminated. So those are our three objectives. That's what we want to make sure we cover this week. Our activities. We are going to read, review, and view our readings and resources. Make sure you go through all of them. And I apologize for the one that didn't work this week. I hope that you were able to see the one I substituted it with. So it was pretty much an even swap. Actively participate in the unit discussions, and you have an assignment due next week, so start thinking about your assignment. I will have your papers graded to you by Tuesday evening, that's my goal, on your Unit 4 assignment, and remember, it's building, Unit 2, Unit 4, Unit 6. So whatever feedback I gave you in Unit 2 and what I will give you in Unit 4, make sure you incorporate it into Unit 6. If you're not understanding the instructions, make sure you let me know so that I can clarify for you and make sure you're on the right path. That's always one of my goals is I don't want to zing you for not understanding the instructions. That's not my method. That's not the way I operate. I want to make sure you're on the right path. And earlier this week, we had a discussion about a SWOT analysis for the parts that we did for Unit 4. And when that was posted and brought to me, I thought, you know what, that's a really great idea. And I think I'm going to use that as a guideline when I teach this class again for the next 8 weeks. So great idea. Thank you for that. So discussion form 5.1. We are going to analyze ethical responsibility and its importance to an organization. Think about and discuss an organization's obligation to its stakeholders. And have you ever experienced a time when you questioned an organization's ethics, whether in a business or personal setting? Please describe. So you're going to have 3 components to this question. It may end up being 3 paragraphs. There should be more than 1 paragraph because there's a lot of information and territory to cover here. So if I see 4 lines in 1 paragraph, I'm probably going to say, you really didn't explore all of the concepts here. So look at it closely and answer it. And I'll give you an example of the last bullet. Is it ethical? Is it ethical for the senior leader, president, whatever, vice president, somebody pretty high up on the chain, to go and renovate their office and buy new furniture and spend $100,000 on new furniture and renovations while at the same time announcing layoffs? What do you think of that? So just some food for thought as an organizational ethic dilemma. Forum 5.2. We are going to talk about social responsibility and what it means to you. Can you recall a specific incident where social responsibility was an issue? Here's an example, and you'll probably run across this a lot, from the 70s, when Ford decided not to change out a small part in the Ford Pinto that caused if there was a rear-end collision, caused the car to catch on fire. There were only a few incidents of this, but that was Jazzy. She was being bad. The wind must have blown outside, or she saw a squirrel. Okay, anyway, back where we were. Specific incidents. So with Ford, their decision makers and executives made the decision, and they calculated out the value of paying for the part to fix all of the Pintos that they had sold versus the chance that someone would be in a wreck, the value of their life. And they went with the decision of gambling on the value of people's lives. And that was a very, very poor decision on Ford's part, and it cost them a lot of money and a lot of bad publicity. And again, here we are 40 years later still talking about it. And then we're going to talk about social media, how it could have an influence on decisions regarding perspectives. This bad girl, she's going to get it. Jazzy, be quiet. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to get the video done and finished off, so that's why you got a little bit of Jazzy action here. All right, reminders. Your initial post is due Wednesday, May 29th. You should have 3 responses to your peers for each discussion forum question, 5.1 and 5.2. Post on 4 different days. I gave you guys a challenge on that this week. Use good grammar, support your ideas with course materials, and make sure you answer all parts of the question, just what I just went over with you. So now I'm going to give you a little grammar tip. Grammar tip of the day, kind of like the Vanna White. Grammar tip of the day. Last week, last paper, it talked about affect and effect. And I saw a lot of confusion in the form of the words, affect and effect. So let's do a little grammar tip. Affect can mean either to influence or act in a way that you don't feel. Effect typically means a result. And I'm getting this information from Grammar Girl. So all you have to do is Google Grammar Girl. She has great stuff out on the internet. I refer to her all the time if I'm confused about something, because sometimes my brain kind of goes a little haywire and I forget, well, what word do I want to use? Use Grammar Girl. Great, great resource. So here's an example. This came from her page. So we have this beautiful little blue aardvark, and you see the arrow. So the arrow affected the aardvark when it boom zinged him, but the effect on the aardvark was eye-popping. So the arrow has the action in the first one. In the second one, the action was by the aardvark. So does that make sense? I hope it does, so you can see the difference in the two. It takes practice, and it takes a little bit of skill, but you'll learn it. So that's your grammar tip of the day. So here, where are we? We are halfway through the course. You guys have been great. Your discussions are great. You're doing an excellent job. I love the way you're participating. I love the ideas you're bringing forth. You are on the road. So if you have any questions, let me know. It should be a great week for us, talking about ethics. Lots of material there. And I think we'll learn something from each other as we talk about ethics, because it's such a timely and pertinent topic to look at. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be around this week. Of course, I'll be around every week. I'm here to be your resource. If you have any ideas that you want to throw at me, just let me know and we can talk it out. You guys take care. And for those of you who've had family problems or issues, I wish you well. I hope you're doing better. You've had some struggles, I know, and I'm thinking about you, and you're going to succeed. Just hang in there, hang tough. You have a goal, you're pursuing that goal, you're working hard on that goal. So let's just hang together, let's get it done, and I'll be talking to you throughout the week. Take care. Bye-bye.